Good morning, class.
Good morning, Professor Curry.
Hey, hush down, students. We're reviewing for your test. Get your iPads out. If you fail to answer a question, you'll get 0 in participation for the entire year.
Aww.
Okay, can anyone tell me what a niche is? Okay, Tyreek, tell me what a niche is.
Man, I'm not a scientist. Call someone else.
Okay. Jason, how about you?
A niche is the environment where an organism lives and how it interacts with biotic and abiotic factors in the environment.
Very well done, Jason. Very astute of you. Freddie, your turn. What's a habitat?
A habitat's the general place where an organism lives.
Very well done, class. But you're missing one last thing.
Oh, I got this. We learned something about communism, man.
I think he means commensalism.
No, it's communism.
Correct, Jason. That's commensalism. Do you remember what it is?
Of course, Mr. Curry, sir. Commensalism is a relationship between two organisms where one benefits and the other doesn't really care.
Superb!
But what do you call it when one organism benefits and the other does not?
I'm glad you asked, Freddie. That's called parasitism. And mutualism is when both organisms benefit from one another. Freddie, can you give me an example of all three?
Sure. An example of parasitism are tapeworms. An example of mutualism is you and your dog. And an example of commensalism is barnacles on a whale.
Okay, Freddie, tell me about resources and competition.
Resources are any necessity of life, such as water, nutrients, light, good, or space. And competition is when species divide resources. Competition helps determine the number and kinds of species in a community, and the niche each species occupies.
Great job, Freddie. Alright, class, we've been doing good so far. Can anybody tell me what predation is? Oh, come on, how about herbivory?
No.
I guess I'll have to explain it again. Predation is the act of one animal, which is the predator, feasting on another animal, which would be the prey. Herbivory is the act of when a herbivore, such as a rabbit, feeds on a plant to get energy. Yes.
Who cares?
Alright, Tyreek, I'll give you a chance to make it up. What's the competitive exclusion principle?
Oh yeah, the competitive exclusion principle says no two species can occupy exactly the same niche in exactly the same habitat at exactly the same time.
Oh, you actually got one right. Good job. Alright, guys. One last thing before class is over. There are two different types of competition. Intraspecific and interspecific. Intraspecific is competition between the same species to obtain a niche. Interspecific is competition between multiple or different species to attain a niche.
Wait, one last question, Mr. Curry. Mr. Curry, Mr. Curry, Mr. Curry.
Sawhitch! Sawhitch! Sawhitch!
What the what?
Sawhitch! You missed the whole test review!
Dang it, I missed the whole test review?
Sucks to suck.
Hey, hush down, students. Get your iPads out. We're reviewing for the test today. If you fail to answer a question, you get 0 in participation for the whole year.
Aww.
Okay. Now, can anyone tell me what a niche is?
What the words
Hey, hush.
What were the words last time?
Douglas.
Wait, is it on me?
I'm glad you asked, Freddie. That's called parasitism. I'm glad you asked, Freddie. That's called parasitism.
Resources are any necessity of life, such as water, nutrients, light, goods, or space. And competition is when species divide resources. Competition helps determine the number and kinds of species in a community, and the niche each. Never mind.
So far, class. Can anybody tell me what predation is? Oh, come on. How about herbivory? I guess I'll have to explain it. Predation is when one animal, which is the prey, captures and feeds on another animal, which is... Oh, shoot, I said... Okay, Tyreek. How about you explain the competitive exclusion principle to the class?
The competitive